This is probably going to be one of the most powerful videos you're going to watch if you suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, especially if you've tried CBT, medication, meditation, drugs, expensive therapy, or counseling. Hey, welcome back. Carlos here from LifeCoder. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the exact must-know tools that you need to completely reprogram your anxiety and panic attacks. Before we get into the real details, I want to talk to you about exactly how life is consuming by anxiety. The problem is we go day by day trying to deal with these issues that crop up all the time around feeling anxious or having that heightened state of feeling sick or having palpitations. That anxiety that starts to consume and eat away at your soul over a period of time until you get to a point where you're just able to balance it. You can just about handle it. But what happens if you could change all that? What happens if you could have the tools to actually make a big difference to fix anxiety, to reprogram your anxiety? The problem is when we talk about medication or CBT or expensive therapy or counseling, we're either putting a band-aid over the issue, dealing with the symptoms every single day, which is exhausting and overwhelming, or we are just stirring up the pond of what was actually causing all of this in the first place. Particularly if you go to therapy, you're going to sit there for an hour and pay $100 to have somebody listen to all of that past crap that you've been through, to stir it all up. And you're going to come out of that either feeling better temporarily, or you're going to come out feeling worse. And this only really seems to work if you keep on going to those sessions. Is there an actual long-term fix? You can read all the CBT books. You can use that positive thought process every single day to the point where you're almost tricking these symptoms out of you. But at some point, you're going to stop. At some point, that CBT technique or that therapy or the medication or the drugs is not going to be working long-term for you. And then we end up in a situation where anxiety just continues. You think you're making progress in one direction, and then you end up back where you started at day one, which is incredibly frustrating. It's consuming. And you almost give up hope thinking, well, how can I actually create the long-term fix that I need for my anxiety? How can I actually create the tools that I need to evolve out of my own anxiety rather than being reliant on putting a band-aid on all of these issues and these symptoms that you may experience every single day? And I'll tell you one thing from my own experience. If you keep fighting the symptoms, daily physical symptoms, that overruling mind that's consuming, with things like therapy or CBT or medication or drugs that put a band-aid over it, nothing's going to change. You're going to feel better short term. And those types of tools and treatments do work in the short term. But 99% of the people that I work with always come back having tried pretty much every single one of those. And then they ask themselves the question, what now? What can I go and do next? How can I find that long-term fix? And it's exactly that I'm going to show you in this video. But first, I'm going to tell you right now that all of that can change. And I absolutely guarantee it. You have the power and the ability to completely reprogram your anxiety. But before we get into any of that, I want to ask, do you believe that you can be anxiety free? Can you have that content life? Can you have the desires for that amazing life that you want to create? I know you believe it deep down. But something in your mind is going to keep tricking you to say, I'm always going to have anxiety. I'm always going to have panic attacks. I'm always going to feel like this. And we can break you out of that thought pattern with a very powerful process and some of these must-know tools that I'm going to share with you. The first thing I want to ask is, are you born with anxiety? Are you born having panic attacks? No, right? In fact, we're born with two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Everything else is a program that we've installed on our operating system throughout our lives. And your anxiety program is corrupting your own operating system, that version of you, and it's running on autopilot to the point where you don't even know it's there. You don't even realize exactly what it's doing. You're just dealing with those symptoms every single day. You're dealing with that random panic attack or those random anxiety moments of the uncontrollable thoughts. What did they think of me? What happens if I said this in this way or that way? That's all taking up energy, and you're trying to deal with the symptoms. So what's the solution? How can we actually reprogram this anxiety program? Well, there's a 7-step process that you need to learn and understand that will give you the awareness and the ability to manage and disrupt the triggers that you're facing with every single day. That you can learn the dysfunctional behavior that your anxiety is using on autopilot, which is consuming and overruling your life. How you can then take the comfort zone of anxiety and what it's trying to keep you in and completely reprogram it and change it. And then get to the root cause. No more band-aids, no more symptoms, no more trying to fix the surface level. It's time to understand, why was this anxiety program installed in your operating system? When was it installed? How was it installed? And how can you go back, like writing a piece of software on a computer, and change that code, change that program so that you make all of your anxiety disappear? You close the program. And you reprogram all of the energy you were given that anxiety program into the person that you know you are and know that you can be. That amazing, content, happy, anxiety-free life that you deserve. That I know you want so desperately. 7 stages. No more dealing with the symptoms. No more expensive therapy. No more CBT. No more fighting yourself every single day and fighting this anxiety program. So my question is to you, do you want to know exactly how to use this process and how you can use these powerful tools to completely reprogram so that you can live that anxiety-free life? And the real big question is it time to try something different, to take control of your own destiny, to take control of your life and actually learn the tools that you really need to permanently for the rest of your life that will give you the freedom that I know you want? Now you're probably thinking, Carlos, I've tried it all before. Why is this going to work? Why is this different? And I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. You're probably thinking, this sounds great, but it's going to cost $5,000. No, it's not. You're probably thinking it's not the right time. I'm exhausted dealing with this every single day. Life's busy and I can barely cope. What if I said you could spend 20 minutes a day or less, and over the course of the next 30 days, create the transformation that you want in your life? Or you're thinking, what happens if this doesn't work for me? Well, I guarantee it does. I've been doing this a long time, and the process that I'm about to share with you in these 3 must-know tools that are going to be vital for you to reprogram that anxiety program have taken 8 years to develop. So I guarantee that we can get you from where you are now to this amazing version of you in a real short space of time. But I come back to this one thing. Do you believe it's possible? I believe it's possible talking to you today. And I know the change that you can create. And if you believe it too, even if you have to dig deep to find it, keep watching this video. So, what's the solution to uninstalling this anxiety program without going back to all the places you've been and all the things that you've tried? Well, number 1, we need to create hyper levels of awareness around this anxiety program, why it's installed, how it got there, and how it's ruling your life. Number 2 is that we need to start disrupting the triggers for your anxiety, because that's where it's gaining all the power. You need the ability to be able to disrupt it and redirect that energy in a moment's notice so that you can start focusing on how you can close that program every single day and how you can ultimately find how it was installed and hit that uninstall button. You then need to really work on the dysfunctional behavior that anxiety is using that you're completely unaware of, and how you can use a very important tool called recovery times so that once you are triggered, you can manage a recovery time that actually gives you momentum forward to creating that life that you want. No more trigger after trigger after trigger and being consumed by it every single day. No more having to deal with those symptoms. No more having those flare-ups of the physical symptoms, feeling sick, hyperventilating, having the shakes, headaches, nausea. All of that can be gone. And the last bit to this solution is being able to positively reprogram every time an event and situation that your anxiety program is trying to hold on to throughout your life, and to reprogram every opportunity it has in the future where it would normally take all that power and energy and drain and exhaust you, and turn it into something completely different that actually gives you some real benefit and freedom in your life. How would you like to do all of that? So this all sounds great, right? You know you want to get rid of your anxiety. You know you've tried so many different things in the past. But where do we actually go with this solution? Well, this solution is called LifeCoding. It's a powerful 7-stage process that's taken 8 years to develop. That I originally developed back in 2014 when my daughter was born as a way to help reprogram my issues and some of the challenges that I was facing in my life. 3 years ago, I started using this as a methodology to coach one-on-one. And now I've condensed 6 months worth of one-on-one work, one-on-one coaching into a fast and effective 7-stage process that will give you all of the self-help tools you need, that will work where everything else hasn't. And I absolutely guarantee it will progress you forward to having an anxiety-free life. Now, if you are ready for such a journey, if you are ready to step out and start learning this 7-stage process, I'd like to invite you to join my unique and special 3-part online workshop that'll help you get back a normal life, stop dealing with those anxiety symptoms, stop dealing with daily panic attacks, stop the overthinking so that you can enjoy your family, your career, your marriage, your relationships, so that you can wake up and feel inspired to get on with your day. How would that all feel if we could create that together? That's exactly what this 3-day workshop is all about. It will share the tools and techniques and the 7-stage process that I've spoken about in this video. So I'd like to show you right now what those 7 stages are. Number 1, first stage, awareness, creating hyper awareness of your anxiety program. Number 2, managing triggers. Number 3, understanding dysfunctions and how those automatic behaviors are ruling your life without you knowing it. Number 4, comfort zones, understanding that your anxiety is uncomfortable for you. It wants to keep you there. Number 5, how you use personal waveforms as a real-time tool to be able to monitor and manage your awareness, your triggers and your dysfunctions. And stage 6, how you can get to the root program, how you can uninstall it, how you can close it so you can gain life back. And stage 7 is meta programming, giving you the tools to constantly reprogram your life. So to achieve this, to create that life that you want, I'm not asking for hours and hours every day. I'm not asking for thousands of dollars. I'm asking whether you're ready to make that change yourself. And if I give you the tools, whether you're willing to adopt them, use them, and believe them. Now, if you're ready to start this journey, if you're ready to use the 7 stages of life coding that I've used with so many others to completely transform and create an amazing future with people that have suffered with anxiety for years and years and years and years, then all you need to do is hit the button below and sign up for the 5-day trial. You can trial everything in this 3-day workshop. Get full unlimited access for just $9 right now. I have 200 spaces a month for this trial, so don't miss out. Hit the button below and have a look at exactly what's covered. 40 different topics, 6 practical and amazing tools that you need to completely transform your life. And it's all done on a simple and easy platform. You get your own username and password, and you can log in and do 10 minutes a day or you can do 2 hours a day. This is about your journey at your pace for your new life. I look forward to seeing you really soon on the workshop. And if you've got any questions, check out the FAQ. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a couple of stories and a couple of examples of people that have taken these 7 stages, adopted them into their lives, and created exactly what we've been talking about and exactly what you want as well.
Living with anxiety is difficult. When your body goes into fight or flight and there's no real reason, that constant state of fear starts to chip away at your brain. It starts to chip away at your confidence. It was horrendous and it felt like there was no way out. These are all things that I had experienced. It had to change. There was no way that I could live a good life out of the habits and the lifestyle that I had created for myself, purely based on fear. My name is Ella. After the LifeCoder course, I changed my life around. I've got a new job, I'm cultivating new relationships, and I feel love for myself again. I have the coping mechanisms to not only just treat those symptoms, to understand what's caused it, what's going on. That's what's changed in my life after LifeCoder. I can take every new challenge and I can overcome it now, rather than just constantly living in fear. Because I've been given the guidance, I've been given the understanding and the tools on how to do that. The potential I see for my future now, the horizon is massive. Whereas before, I was in this small little cage that I didn't know how to get out of. That's the gift. That's the gift that I've been given, is freedom. Even after doing the course, the things I've learned still apply. And I'm going to apply them for the rest of my life, because I'm constantly going to be learning, I'm constantly going to be growing. And how exciting is it that other people can do that too?